And we're back. I'm here with Nick,
Ayo.
of course, and Con from the 703. We're gonna go. Oh my God.
Oh, so
me?
rude.
Wow.
It's foreshadow.
I know when you sleep.
It's foreshadow.
You have to deal with it.
All right, anyway, go on.
Now we're here to talk about your real hip hop journey.
Real hip hop.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is it a
My
journey?
my lyrical ballad.
Why is it a journey?
All right, I'm listening.
How you became an assassin.
Yikes.
That's what we want to know.
The story of the lyrical assassin.
No, but I really do just want to know how you became like a big part of the Nova scene and how you got to know everybody that you got to know in Five Senses and everything. And of course, you came out with Land of the Jeans, and you came out with just a whole bunch of albums, and it really was a big moment for you dropping Land of the G's. And how did you feel about that album doing as good as it did?
I wasn't expecting it. I knew it was. I didn't know how it was gonna go actually, but it went like a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah.
It went better.
It
Better
went
than you expected.
A lot better than I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't even think I went in with expectations. I was just hoping that people would like it. That was really good.
Now, right after you dropped Land of the G's, you dropped 703, right? Or
Yeah.
was that before?
No, that was before.
That was before?
Yeah.
That was the lead single.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think that was like a year before, maybe a year. Maybe
Oh yeah, it was a long.
It was like a year.
before.
Well, no,
Yeah, that's right.
It was like a year before the tape.
Oh, was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't there to see Land of the G's and see the process of 703 and like how that blew up.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to know the story behind Land of the G's. Yeah.
All right.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
So, so Q, it was Q, Leon, Noose, and Tony. They all moved to Orlando at the time. And me.
Oh, my town.
Yeah, your town. Me, Nick, and Zane, and Vesta were all still here. I think Boozy was like back and forth between Virginia and LA. But, so they were in Florida. And we used to talk in like a Facebook group chat. We called it the Five Law. Now it's on Instagram, but it was on Facebook for like a long time. So I remember like we would send all of our shit in the chat, and like I was asking, I think I asked like Q and Noose for beats, and they were both. Q was just like nah. He was like nah, and Noose was like yeah. They both were like no, and I was like well why? And Noose was like dog, no offense, but like we don't want to send you a beat and you put it out and nothing happens with it. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And they were like, dog, you gotta learn how to write a song. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm the best rapper in the group. And they're like, yeah, but like that's all you do. Like that's it. Like everyone else does something else.
Right.
Like Vesta can't make beats, but she can rap and sing. She can do that. Like you just focus on the rap. If you can actually write a song, we got you, right? So that pissed me off. And like, so I was basically just sitting in there, like I didn't have any beats from anybody, but I was fucking with this dude named Indigo, and he was like, I met him at like a studio in Woodbridge, and so like he was like the only one who would send me beats because he was, I think he was just starting out producing, and no one was really gonna give him a shot.
Right.
But I was like, well, fuck it, I'll take a chance on you. So we worked on this project, and it was like a little EP, and while I was working on that, Q was like. He pops up in the chat one day and he's like, yeah, I'm working on this beat for Con. And it was the Land of the G's beat, not the tape, the actual song. It was that beat. And so he sent it to me, and like I was working on it, and I was working on that, and I was working on my EP with Indigo at the same time. And I finished up the song that Q sent me, and matter of fact, I think I did it at Indigo's house. And we got done with it, and he was like, yo, this shit goes. And I'm like, yeah, this is hard. And he goes, well, you should probably show it to Q and them. And I was like, they're not going to like it. Because every time I would post a song in the chat, like, we would all post our songs in there. And everybody fucked with each other's. But every time I posted mine, there was always something they didn't like about it. And it pissed me off. And, like, I just stopped doing it because I'm like, they're not going to like any of the shit that why the fuck am I in this group if they don't like anything I'm putting out, right? So Indigo was like, put the song out. I'm like, they're not gonna like it. He's like, I don't know, though. I think they'll fuck with it. And I'm like, bro, they're not gonna like it.
Right.
He was like, I mean, it's your call, but like, I think you should. So then I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll send it, right? So I posted in the chat, and I'm like, they're gonna fucking hate it. I know they hate it. And like, they didn't say nothing, right? So I'm like, these fucking fuck ass niggas, bro. Like, they don't like nothing I put out, right? And Boozy was the first one to respond, and he was like, God damn, bro, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
So that sized me up. And then I think like Leon fucked with it, Zane fucked, like everyone in the chat was fucking with it. And then like 10 minutes later, Q hits me up in like a private chat, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna do a whole tape called Land of the G's. I was like, shit, all right. I'm with it.
They liked it that much.
Yeah, and like that, I always wanted to do something with Q ever since I got hip to his music, and he was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. So he would like I shit you not, like throughout the course of like a month, he sent me like 30 beats, like 30 fucking beats.
Yeah.
And I think the first one, matter of fact, that same night, the night that he said we were gonna do the tape, he was like, we're gonna do a tape called Land of the G's. I already got a song for you, right? He sends me this file, and it says 703. So it was that, right?
Right.
But you know, like there's a beat switch up at the end. I never heard the beat switch up. I never heard it. I would just listen to the first half, and I was like, this shit's hard. All right, bet. So I'm working on it, and I recorded it twice. The first time I recorded it, they were throwing this show. What was that shit called? Cold Smoke? Was it Cold Smoke?
I don't think it was Cold Smoke, but it was one of the Vincenzo ones that we were doing way back in the day.
Way back in the day, there was this group called Vincenzo.
You did the sound check.
And like, so it was like, Bogans was a part of it.
Right.
He was like he was on the business side, and then his boy CP was on like the music side. So Bogans told me, he was, and at the time I was making music with Zank. We were kind of Zank at the time. So Bogans was like, yeah, there's a show that we're putting together in Woodbridge, and I want Khan and Zank. I fuck with Khan and Zank. I want them on this bill. So we were like, yeah, we'll do it. But like, we had this weird mentality at the time of like, if you're not at 5, we don't fuck with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, Zane was like, fuck that, I'm not even going to the sound check. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go just to flex, right? I went in there fully prepared to be a dick to everybody. And like, Trank was there, Tranquility, he was there. Nick, were you with me? Yeah, you were with me. So Tranquility was there. I think a couple dudes from like his old crew was there.
Yeah, it may have been a max of 10 people.
Yeah, it wasn't too many people. So we're doing the sound check, and like every song I'm doing, these niggas are just like hella like they're just into it, right?
Right.
So then I did 703, and like everybody, like all 10 people just lost their fucking minds, right? And they were really cool to me, so I felt like a dickhead, like going in ready to be like, fuck you niggas. So we come back and do the song. We do 703 there, and like everyone went fucking crazy.
Right.
Like, I never seen no shit like that. So I did 703. And then as I'm doing 703, I'm working on Land of the G's. And I must I think like there was like a couple songs that like I recorded like at least like 3 or 4 times. And then the time comes to put the tape out, and my phone died, right? Noose was the one that was mixing the whole thing. But Noose is notorious for like taking his dear sweet time and doing shit at the last minute. So instead of working on the songs the whole month that he had them, he waited till like the last like day and a half to like just pull an all-nighter and mix them all, right? So he finally sends them to me, and there's like 2 songs missing.
Right.
And it's the day that the tape has to drop. And I had to go to work, and my phone fucking dies, right?
Oh my God.
And it won't turn back on. I can't get the shit to cut back on.
Right.
So I'm panicking, right? And at the time I was working with Sonny Ward, so I would get up for work, drive like at like 4 in the morning, drive to his crib, pick him up, and then go to work with him, right? I get to his crib and I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, I try to wake him up, I can't get him to wake up. Like, I'm banging on the door like, Sonny, please wake up. Because I know sometimes I'll oversleep. So I'm banging on the door over and over and over again. He finally opens it, and I'm like, dog, like, my phone died. I gotta put the tape out. Because I hit up Tyler Righteous at the last minute to mix those songs for me, because I knew he could do it, and like, I knew he could do it right, and I knew he could do it fast. So I'm trying to get a hold of him too, because I know he's asleep, and I'm freaking the fuck out. Yeah, so I called him like 6 times from Sonny's phone. He finally answers. I'm like, dog, News fucked up. He forgot his fucking songs. I need them mixed like pronto. He's like, yeah, I got you. And I told him my phone was dead. So I'm at work all day, panicking, freaking the fuck out. I'm like, fuck. And on the way there, I'm riding with Sonny, right? And like Sonny, like, I don't know, bro. Sometimes like I know that like me and Sonny get our wires crossed sometimes. So when I explain something to him, like he don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I wrote it down in like my notes on my phone. I go, Sonny, I was like, I'm gonna give you Tyler's number. When I give you Tyler's number, you hit him up and you tell him to update you on everything. here's what the songs that he's mixing needs. Do not leave any of these details out, because I knew they weren't gonna pair us together.
Right.
So I was like, bruh, it is important that you make sure Tyler gets this information. He's like, I got you. Whole time I'm at work, I'm like, Sonny fucked up. He fucked up. Fucking shit. I can't trust him with shit, right? So finally the day's over and I run into Sonny. I'm like, bro, give me an update, please, before I faint. He's like, bro, I got you. Tyler said he got the songs. Everything's good. We're straight. I'm like, thank God, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward to like the night, like, and I think it was like a couple days before the tape dropped. Like, dead ass, people were on Twitter like tweeting like, yo, like, I'm ready for Land of the G's.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
like,
can attest to that, 'cause
that's when like we
that.
started being like, damn, like this might, like, niggas actually might fuck with this, right?
Yeah.
So then where it was like me, it was Nick, and it was that goofy bitch Ksenia, remember her? Yeah, she was there too. Yeah. So it was the night the tape dropped. My phone wouldn't cut. Like, it was the same night, actually. It was the same night. I don't know why I said it a couple days later, but like, it was the same night. So I'm at Nick's house with him and Ksenia, and like, I had my MacBook and I was sitting in the living room. Nick was in his room, and I remember I dropped the tape. Right, I think it was like midnight or like 11 or some shit. I remember I dropped it. Like, I released the link, and I went upstairs like to go to the bathroom. Like, all of 3 minutes, and when I came back down, shit you not, I had like over 100 notifications in my phone and my computer, and like,
holy shit.
Then I went home, and when I came back, it was like in the thousands.
Really?
It was fucking crazy. It was nuts.
Shit.
It was fucking insane.
Jesus
and like
Christ.
people were like, I remember like I would pull up to the shows and like, goddamn, bro, people were like quoting and singing like all of the different songs that I had put out.
Oh,
It was insane. And then I remember I performed at the same spot that I performed at the first time. And I did 703, and this is after the tape drop, and I swear to God, I didn't have to perform a single word. Like, I did, but I didn't have to. They knew everything word for word.
Fuck.
There's video somewhere on my phone of that night.
That was a big
crazy
turning
night.
point for you.
That was a crazy night.
Yeah. So Land of the G's itself was just a big turning point.
Yeah.
Oh, that definitely.
As far as like just getting my name out here.
Yeah. Did you have any problems with people during Land of the G's?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to hear about this.
I mean, it was like a lot of different like rappers from like around here. It was like, I think like, damn, man, it was so fucking many. Like, me and Loner Ave, we were kind of at odds for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't really fucking with each other for a minute. I think he goes by something different now, but like at the time he was going by like Jeremy Okami. I didn't like him, he didn't like me. Lionheart Johnny. That wasn't really from Land of the G's. That was like from some like personal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, just like we were mad cool. Like, he was around for Land of the G's and shit. We were mad cool, and then like we just stopped fucking with each other. It was like there was a couple of other people that I can't remember, but I definitely remember those. Like, I remember, like, you know, because I think it was like around a little bit after I dropped Land of the G, Sonny started doing like really good. And me and Sonny used to be like this. Like, I mean, we're still cool. Like, we're still boys and shit, but it's not like it used to be.
Right.
But like me and him were like, wherever I was, that Sonny was there. And I remember like around that time, he started like getting his name out there too, because he dropped this video, and like it just did like some crazy numbers for like somebody from that area.
Right.
So a lot of those guys like kind of started like kind of hating on him too. So it would just be like, you know, and Sonny was like my little brother. So I just like immediately, I'm just like, bro, whatever you want to do, like, I'm down. Like, if you want to like fucking like throw hands or do whatever, I'm with it. Like, we would get phone calls and shit, like anonymous phone calls. Swear to God, we were at 90 Wise's crib, and we got like this, like, both
shout
of us.
Out 90.
Yeah, shout out, fucking yeah. But like we were like at his crib. We were at his crib. Me and Sonny were outside his crib. And like he got a phone call first, and he was like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Because he got like this fucked up look on his face, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, dog, like, some motherfucker just gave me like a weird ass phone call because we had a show coming up together, and they were like, yeah, like, these niggas just like, you know, sent me this weird ass phone call. I didn't ask him what it was, and then like my phone rang like 3 minutes later, and I got the same weird ass phone call where niggas were like, they were saying like some shit like, yeah, like, if you come to the show, like, we'll be there type shit. Like, but we didn't know who it was, right. So we were just like fucking like trying to just like put the pieces together. Nothing happened, but like we just dealt with shit like that. I definitely dealt with shit like that around that time, you know. And like a lot of them niggas like try to, but like I'm kind of like if you do something shitty to me, I give you one chance to make it right, and then like if you blow that, that's it. And a lot of those guys did that. I think Loner was probably one of the only ones who the one chance he had to make it right, he made it right, and like we're fucking cool again and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's. I can imagine the backlash that comes just from the success of, like, of an album.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm fucking going platinum or diamond.
Right.
I did, but but no, like for real, like I mean, even on like a local level, it was just wild to like deal with shit like that. Just all the stuff that I like went through and dealt with and experienced when I did drop the project.
Right.
But it was definitely something I'll never forget.
And that leads from Land of the G's, it leads you into your EP, Thanks Y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah. I'm trying. Damn. Thanks y'all. Oh, okay. So I was working at Petco at the time. Remember that? I was working at Petco, and I worked in the aquatic section.
Yes.
And I had like a bunch of songs that like they weren't going for no projects, no nothing. They were just a bunch of loosies. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think I was talking to Sonny, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, because I hadn't dropped anything in a while. I was still kind of like riding like the whole wave of Land of the G's. And so I was like, well, let me put something out. I think it had been like 7 or 8 months, not 7 or 8, a couple months after Land of the G's maybe, or no, the following year. So I hit up Sonny. I'm like, yo, I want to put these songs together and put out a project. I had like a bunch, like at least like 30 something songs. And Sonny was like, bro, honestly, I wouldn't do it. And that kind of threw me off because normally he'd just be like, yeah, drop them. But he was like, I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, well, why not? He's like, dog, that's too much. I wasn't going to drop all 30 songs, but like he was like, bro, to drop like this many songs, that's a little bit too much. Like give them like little samples before your next big thing.
Right.
So I was like, all right. And he's like, well, why don't you just like make like a series, like, you know what I mean, like volume 1, volume 2.
Right.
So I was like, no shit. So then Goldie, I was texting Goldie, and she said something about like I was like talking shit to her, and she was like, why don't you go dip your hand in a fish tank?
Jesus.
She said that shit. And
like just to be a dick.
Just to be a dick, and I just happened to be cleaning the tanks.
Right.
And I had my hand like that, and Nick had just got me hip to like the HD feature on the iPhone.
Right.
So I was just fucking with it, and like I put my hand in the tank and like put it on the HD fucking setting.
Yeah.
And I took the photo, and it was hard as shit, and
right.
I'm like, oh fuck, all right, this is a cover for something. And I was like, thanks y'all, I got it. I think I recorded like May 6th, who's also like, he's like cousins with Q and Leon. He makes like fire ass beats, bro. Like Q, like when it comes to beat making, it's like Q and Leon got it, but May's like right in there too.
Right.
He's nice as shit. So he had already sent me a bunch of beats because every now and then he'll just send me like a couple beat packs. So I did those 2 songs that he produced. Well, I did one of the songs he produced at my crib, and I think I did Hometown at my crib, and then Lazy Rios. Me and him were fucking with each other heavy. Me, him, and Sonny. We were actually supposed to come out with a project together because we had a whole bunch of fucking songs that we did together. But he was there, and I think he brought his boy Tio, and I think, yeah, it was him and Tio, and that's when we did get Nick on the phone. And like surprisingly,
I love that song.
And surprisingly, like people really like that one too.
Yeah.
I didn't think, because I thought that like, you know, I thought like Land of the G's was like, that was gonna be it. Like everything else after that, like they're just gonna like, they're not gonna give a fuck.
Right.
But they really liked Thanks Y'all, and that was cool too, because like people were fucking bumping the shit out of getting on the phone.
Can I say something about that?
Oh my god.
That was Lazy's idea.
That was Lazy's idea.
That was not my idea.
That was his idea. I swear.
like I was in the room and they were like, nah, we're gonna do Get Nick on the phone. And I was like,
No.
Sure?
Well, I called it. No. Wait, did I? Was it already called that?
It was something else.
No, we were freestyling. We were playing the beat.
Yeah, y'all were freestyling.
And then Lazy just started saying, he was like, "Get Nick on the phone."
Yeah.
Get Nick, and then and I kept saying, I was like saying it after him too, and we were like, "That's it."
And I was like, "Are we sure we're doing this?"
Shit.
Yeah.
And then like, because we did mine at his verse and Nick's, and then I did Sonny did his verse at his crib. I was with him, and like I fell asleep, and when I woke up, Sonny just fucking snapped.
Now, this is another thing that I wasn't around for, which I'm kind of mad I missed, and I don't really see too much footage for. But rumor has it you were on top of a trailer at one point, and I want to know about that.
Yeah, that was
Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was NovaFest. I don't remember who was supposed to do it, but I really don't remember. A bunch of people got together and said, we're going to put together a festival in Nova.
Right.
It's supposed to be a 3-day festival. It was going to be pretty fucking cool. But shit got fucked up.
Right.
And it got canceled.
Per usual.
And then they were like, you know what, now we're not going to cancel it. We're going to bring it back, but it's only going to be 1 day. right? I was on that bill. Now I was blown when they told me that it got canceled. I was so blown because I was so excited. And then Nick,
I'd say most of the area was blown.
Yeah, we were all pretty pissed. So, but then they are like, all right, we're gonna bring it back, but it's just for one day. And I remember like, you know, Nick telling me, and he was like, yeah, like it's because of what happened. Like now we got to scramble and come up with a new game plan. It's not gonna be as good as the original plan, right? So I was already like just not feeling it.
Right.
But I was gonna say fuck it, just to say that I performed at a festival, right? So I'm at work, and Nick texts me a video of the stage. He goes, all right, bro, I'm gonna send you a video of the stage, but I promise you, when they like do what they do to it for the festival, it's gonna look pretty cool.
Right.
So he sends it to me, and it's this big empty trailer, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm not doing this. Like, fuck no. I'm better than this. I'm not doing this shit, right? So Nick was like,
fucked up.
Yes, but like
again, most people were.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
but Nick was like, he was trying to like talk me out of not doing it, right?
Right.
So I was like, we stopped talking for a little bit, and I'm sitting there like I'm pissed, and I start thinking, and I'm like, all right, so everyone's gonna be inside that trailer. Mm-hmm. I doubt anyone's gonna attempt to get up there.
Right.
Right. So I hit up Nick, and I'm like, all right, bro, tell you what, I'll do it, but only if I can perform on top of that trailer. And Nick wasn't with it. He was trying to talk me out of it. He was trying to talk me out of it, and that made me mad, right? Because I'm like, bruh, no one else. I know for a fact, no one's thinking about getting on the trailer.
I was protecting my artist.
That's what he was doing. Like, but the funny thing is whenever I tell Nick about like some of the ideas that I come up with, he tells me no, and I'm like, bro, just trust me. Like it ended up working out, right?
Right.
So I got mad, and then I hit a Vesta, right? Because Vesta's gonna cape for me no matter what, right? No, she's not. I'm bullshitting. But I told Vesta, because like I tell Vesta everything, right?
Yeah.
So I hit her up, and I'm like mad. So I'm like, she hit me up, and I'm like, I'm mad, and she's like, well, you know, what's up? And I'm like, bruh, have you seen that fucking trailer? She goes, yeah, and I'm like, she's like, it's trash. I'm gonna keep it about it's trash. So I was like, yeah, like I told Nick that like, you know, I didn't want to do it, but then I told him like if I got on top of the trailer, you know, then I do it, but he doesn't want me to do it. And Vesta was like, that's cool as shit. Like, you need to fucking do that. Right? So Nick was like, all right, tell you what. Nick goes, all right, look, if you can get up there, fine.
Right.
Fast forward to the festival, I run into Kendall, who was part of Virginia Got Now. They were one of the, like, media outlets that was, like, running the festival. It's like, I'm performing, I'm doing my show and shit, and, like, I'm fucking killing it. Right. Tyler Rice was my DJ.
Right.
Fucking murked it, right? So then I see Kendall right when I get to... Did I do Con Harden and 703 up there?
You did both, yeah.
Okay, so I think I was about to do Con Harden, and I see Kendall, and I'm like, yo, can I get on the trailer? And Kendall goes, what? I'm like, can I get on the trailer? And he goes, I mean, if you can get up there, then sure, right? So I'm like, all right.
That's fucking
So
wild.
we did the fucking, you know, foot in hand deal, right? So I get up there, right? And then his photographer Tio, like I'm up there and everyone's like kind of like looking now.
Right.
And then I'm ready to fucking go the fuck in. And then I look up, I hear like this thud, and I see Tio jumped up there too with his camera. So it was fucking lit. It was the perfect situation.
Right.
And I think they put out like the little promo video for the festival when everything was done, and like they like used my song, and they had like, you know, had that image of me on the trailer and shit. Like it was really cool.
That's still on my phone.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Like sometimes when it's talked about, you know, like whenever like we talk about it, and they like, you know, I think we talked about it a couple of times where I'm like, because I did a show a couple of months ago, Beware the Rise of March, and I'm like, that's my best performance in a while. And you know, I think it was Josh and a couple other people. They were like, well, no, you know, Nova Fest and I did a show in DC,
right? And
they're like, Nova Fest and DC are your best ones. But like I always try to top that, like, you know, whether I can or not, like I always try to aim like, you know, be as good as that, if not better. Right. But like, yeah, Nova Fest was a good day, because right after I finished that, I went to DC to do another show with my boy King.
Like right after.
Right after.
I always forget you did that.
Yeah, left and do a show with him and Tyler.
You did that.
Shit.
Yeah, went right straight up to DC.
Yeah.
How'd you have the energy?
I don't know. I do not know. I didn't drive. I don't think I did.
It's a long ride, so
yeah.
I might have been a break.
Shit.
Yeah, from Dumfries to DC. I guess speaking of always trying to, you know, get the better of things, 90 Wise tweeted out something very peculiar to most people back in December, saying, basically telling us, don't drop anything. and you took to Boredom, our podcast, and you
started talking your shit.
Started talking more shit.
Yeah, I got a big mouth.
Yeah.
I got a real big mouth.
So
I think you're actually pretty famous for that.
Might be a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I really don't know when.
That might be your shtick.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
But yeah, so your shtick. So it became just like everyone dropped your best song in November or December. I mean,
that's what it was supposed to be.
So what happened?
Right.
All right. So let me back up. For the record, me and 90 were boys. Like we used to kick it every day at his crib, like fucking smoking and like laughing at dumbass shit and like talking about rap. Well, like when I first met him, he wasn't fucking with my shit. But then like I would play him shit, and then he realized I could like for real rap when I try, and I think that's like what drew him in. And so every day, like I remember me and Nick would like go to his crib all the time and shit like that. So me and him like this. He put that tweet out, and so I'm like, all right, and I'm with the competition when it comes to the music. I'm totally with it. Like that's how the best shit comes out, right? So, and I know him. Right. I know if I tell him that, he's not gonna take it personal. Right. Like he gets it, right? So I text him. I said, challenge accepted. And he was like, bet, let's get it, right? And I'm like, well, let me get some other niggas in on this that I think are dope as fuck. And I think I said a couple names. I don't remember who I said. I might have said Geronimo. But I said the Fury MCs because like I've heard this shit before and them niggas can rap. Right. So I tweeted that. I said it on the podcast and then I tweeted that to them. And then they were like, all right, we're with it, right? Cool. It was a Saturday. I wake up and the first text I get when I wake up is a text from Omar the Group. And he texts me. Well, I thought it was a picture. Right. I thought it was a screenshot of the tweet where I tweeted at him, right? But I seen it had the little like play button in the middle, and I was like, oh, it's a song. And when I looked at it, it was their diss. They dropped a diss. They dissed me, right? So I listened to it, and then Omar texted me. And he goes, bro, I think they like misunderstood what you were saying. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely think they did. Right. Because I said
that is appearance.
Yeah, because I said what I said was, 90 said, whoever's dropping something in December, my shit's gonna overshadow that, right? So I said challenge accepted. Right. And then I said, everybody, in Nova,
drop their
let's
best.
see who can drop the best song in December.
Geronimo, No Face, Fury MCs.
Yes.
Right. Basically.
These niggas just completely like only like understood the beginning of that and was like, all right, let's diss this nigga. Let's get him. Yeah. Right? So but they're MCs, so they did MC shit, right? So they dissed me and I'm like, all right, well fuck, now I gotta get him. Right? Like that's rap protocol. I have to get him, right? So it was a Saturday morning. Me and her are at like some farmer's market or some shit, right? And it was like they dropped that disc at like 8 in the morning, maybe 5, actually earlier than that, maybe. It was early as fuck, like 6 or 7 in the morning. They dropped the song, and I think we were like at the farmer's market at like 11, right? And like I think it was like one line that popped into my head, and I pulled my phone out, and the whole time like we're walking through the market, I'm writing the disc. Right? And I think by the next day, yeah, matter of fact, it was a Saturday when I wrote it, right? Wrote that shit in like half an hour. The next day I recorded it. So they dissed me Saturday morning. I recorded it, got it mixed, got it done Sunday, right? And I played it for y'all at your crib.
Yep.
By Monday I dropped my response, right? And mind you, when they dropped their diss, I didn't tweet. I was like, I'm not gonna tweet. That's how you lose, right?
We're not engaging.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm gonna wait because I was like, this shit is so fire. Yeah. I'm gonna let that be what I say, right? I ain't say a word. Everybody from their camp, including them, tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. They said anything and everything under the sun, and I didn't say a word. I was dead quiet, right? And everyone's like, and my people are hitting me up like, bro, what the fuck? Like, like they're all mad and shit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say a word. I'm gonna wait till the song drops, right? So then I finally played y'all the song, right? Because like Flows was one of those people. Flows from the Coop. He was one of those guys where he was like, dog, like, why aren't you saying anything? And I played him the song. He's like, all right, I see why you ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Right. So Monday rolls around, and I had this very creative photo that I decided to use as cover art. And so around like
that wasn't run through me.
Yeah. Not happening. So I put that cover out, right, and niggas are freaking out. And then I think like I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to fucking put him out like that. But another fellow podcaster colleague hit me up. I think he hit you up too.
Yeah.
But he hit me up. and he was pretty much just like, yo, I heard their shit, get them.
Yeah.
Right? So I put the song out, and everyone's hitting my shit up. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hitting my shit up. Some people are like, everyone's giving their opinions and shit like that. But it was funny because their whole camp, their entire camp, there was some people from my camp who were like really unbiased. Really unbiased. They were like, yo, the Fury MCs, I'm going to say that it went to them as far as like this, but it went to you as far as this.
Yeah.
Everyone from that camp was like, nah, fuck that. They got kind of all like, get them the fuck out of here. Even before I dropped this, there were niggas that were like, yeah, RIP Con. And I'm like, well, goddamn, I'm right here. Yep. So like the whole time, like their camp is pissed. Their camp is fucking mad, right? So then fucking they're all like pissed off and shit. But like I got confused because like on Twitter they would say and do one thing, and then like in private they were like a completely different way. So like, you know, I would hear that like some people that, because everybody that was giving me like information about like how they were like responding to it, they all knew him, right? I don't know them, they all knew him. So some people would say, yeah, they're pissed off about it, and the other people would say, nah, they're cool with it. So I didn't know what to fucking think, right? And then finally XY from Coop, he's like, you know, I kind of think we should squash this and this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm gonna squash shit. It's not a beef. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just two, like, you know, it's like 2 versus 1. I served the shit out of them.
It's rap.
You know what I mean? It's rap. That's happening. That's that, right? But I talked to him, and like, I mean, like, it was a weird conversation, a really weird one, but like, we weren't fucking bickering and arguing and shit, so I was like cool with that. But yeah, that was like, you know, that was fucking when I dropped Dinner at 6 and like served 2 rappers with 1 song. And then they dropped another disc, but like that's how I know I won, because I didn't have to drop another disc. They did.
Yeah. I mean, as far as that entire month went, there was other songs that came out. So like overall, as far as like, I guess winning the month, do you think that's what you did?
Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely did. And like more niggas like dropped, like it was a couple niggas that dropped disses that month. It wasn't just the Fury MCs. Like No Face dropped one, Geronimo dropped one, but I said their names, so that was justified. I think like it was like the Furies dissed me, and I think like 2 other people did. I think like King Rye did, but like I didn't even pay attention to that shit because I'm like, like that's. I explained like this is not what I wanted, and B like you're not on my radar. Like I fuck with you, but like I'm just not paying attention to you. I'm focused on these niggas. So I didn't even pay no mind. But like a couple people came out with that shit, and like the thing is like I did diss No Face and Geronimo back. Like you were there the night that I recorded it, and you heard the song. But the thing was like I was like waiting on Gray Soul to like get like I was waiting on him to have it mixed and shit, and like he just, you know how he is, like, you know, it's hard as fuck to get stems back from him, so like that, so it just never came out. It's in my phone, it's just unmixed, so I don't want to put it out when it's unmixed.
Do you think you did basically better than everybody else that dropped shit in December?
Fuck yeah, these niggas ain't fucking with me.
As far as
it's been that way, these niggas ain't seeing me.
Let's say that way in the numbers.
You said what?
Let's say that way in the numbers of it.
What you mean?
Like, did you win in the numbers?
With the MCs? Yeah, most definitely. Fucking sweet.
Well, like everybody.
Who the fuck is everybody?
I mean, No Face always has numbers. Geronimo's always has numbers. I can't remember if Dan released in December, but I know for sure he has fucking numbers. I mean, he hit $1 million on that one single. I mean, shit, that was fucking bigger. I don't know. I'm just asking numbers and shit. So, I mean, shit. If you think you won, you won.
All right.
Do you have anything else?
No, I think I really think it's time to kind of just take a break. But we're gonna come back and we should finish up this interview.
Yeah.